Dear student, today let us discuss about the topic that is in the developmental biology, that is introduction to developmental biology. In this introduction to developmental biology, we have to discuss about the what is the meaning of developmental biology, what is the meaning of embryology, what is the difference between developmental biology and embryology, and what are the historical review thoughts about the developmental biology, and what are the stages that are comes under the developmental biology, and the scope of the developmental biology. These all are we have to discuss in the today class, that is introduction to developmental biology. Let us discuss about one by one. Developmental biology and embryology, both the words are same, synonymous, that is embryology. In the ancient time, those biologists they have to use the word that is embryology, but now today we call that is embryology is called as the developmental biology. This is an developmental biology is in the modern word. Developmental biology means it is the study of the process by which the organism grow and develop. Embryology it is the subfield of the study of the organisms between one cell stage and end of the embryonic stage. Embryology, the word embryo it is refers to the juvenile stage of an animal when it is inside the egg or inside the maternal body. Embryology means study, logy means study. Embryo, the study of embryo is called as embryology. Embryology it is the stage where the development start, that is the before the metamorphosis in amphibia, or before the hatching in birds, or before the birth in mammals. But nowadays some embryologists they have to think that embryology includes all the developmental process up to maturity. This is about the difference between developmental biology and embryology. The father of developmental biology is the was the Hans Sperman in the 20th century. He was the founder of modern experimental developmental biology, and he got the award, that is the Nobel Prize, to conduct the experiment on Sperman's mangold experiment. That is Sperman mangold experiments we have to discuss in detail, that is in the topic embryonic induction and organizer phenomena. But the father of embryology was that is modern father of embryology was, that is Carl Ernst Ohnbeer. But ancient time, that is the embryologist, the first embryologist was Aristotle. Aristotle is the father of embryology because he described the development and reproduction of many kinds of organisms, and also he wrote the book that is De Generate and Animalum. These all are we have to discuss in further, that is the historical review. Now come to the developmental biology. This developmental biology is actually includes the two phases, that is ontogenic development and phylogenetic development. What do you mean by ontogenic and phylogenetic? Ontogeny means it is the development of an individual organism. Ontogeny is the development history of an organism with its own lifetime. Phylogeny, which refers to the evolutionary history of a species. By studying ontogeny, scientists can learn about evolutionary history of an organisms. If, for example, we have to take both the chick and human embryo, when they go through a stage where they have to slits and arches on their neck, that should be identical to the gill slits and gill arches of fish. Therefore, the in the 19th century, the Ernest Haeckel they proposed the theory that is ontogeny repeats phylogeny. But this theory will be rejected by modern biologists because there is no supporting evidence for the evolutionary. This is about the ontogenic. Phylogenic means that is evolutionary history of the organisms. See, here we have to start ontogeny. Ontogeny it is the development of the history of an individual from the egg to the adult is called ontogenic development, or it is simply called as ontogeny. Ontogeny it start with the fertilization, and it includes the embryological periods, that is the infancy, childhood, adolescence, maturity, and old age, that we call as ontogeny. Here ontogenic development it is the physical, cognitive, emotional, and social development that can be the attributed by the experience with the environment and the individuals with the environment. Phylogeny it is the evolutionary history of the organisms where there is a relationship or hypothesized based on the idea that life is derived from common ancestor. Relationship among organisms are determined by the said characteristics as indicated through genetics and anatomical comparison. That is the it is the gradual transformation of a group of animals from simple form to the complex forms. This development history of a group is called phylogenetic development or simply phylogeny, or it is often we called as the phylogeny word we used as the evolution. Phylogenic, it is the enriches our understanding of that is how genes, genome, species they are all evolved. That is about the phylogenetics. Now come to the here we have to show that is a schematic representation, that is the developmental biology. First they start with the gametes, that is development of the gametes, and where they have to develop into the zygote. This is the single cell zygote, and this single cell zygote undergo the further stages, that is growth, cell division, differentiation, pattern formation, and morphogenesis. When this zygote is undergo divisions, that is the growth means the cell will be grow, where they will increase the size, and the cell division means they increase in cell, and differentiation means where we have to differentiate the cell types. The different types of cell types are present in our human body, that is muscle cells is there, blood cells are there, nerve cells are there. We can differentiate each type of cells. Pattern formation, that is organization. After the cells, they next they go to the different types of tissues. Those tissues they common together to form as organ, that is organ system, that is organization. The kidney will be developed, brain will be developed, the different types of organs are developed. Then come to the morphogenesis, they give rise to the generation of the shape and structure. It give the specific shape and structures to the organ, and again that will be give rise to the adult. Again they give rise to the gametes. Here now come to, already I have to discuss about what is the developmental biology and what is the embryology. Now come to once again, that is what is the exact meaning of developmental biology. The developmental biology, it is the dealing with the process of growth and change that transfer an organism from a fertilized egg or a sexual reproductive unit or as a spore or gemule to an adult. Developmental biology, it includes the cell division, genetic control, body access formation, tissue and organ development, and cell differentiation, that is cell identity. During this development, there is intrasonic and extrasonic formations will be developed. That is intrasonic means inherited formation, extrasonic formation means their signals from the neighboring cells to decide their behavior, their identity, and this process is give rise to the tissue, organ and anatomy. This is about the developmental biology. Now come to the embryology. It is a subfield, the study of the organisms between the one cell stage at the end of the embryonic stage. Embryology and developmental biology today deal with the various steps necessary for the correct and complete formation of the body of a living organism. It is the branch of biology that study the prenatal development of gametes, fertilization and development of the embryos and fetus. Additionally, embryology, we also study about the that is the teratology. We have to study the teratology in detail in the teratology, that is teratogenicity effects on their embryo, that we have to study. Teratology means that is the study of the malformation, that we have to including the embryology. Then now come to the embryology versus developmental biology. What is the difference between embryology and developmental biology? That is the slow process of progressive changes by which a multicellular organism is formed is termed development. The development actually begins with the single cell, that is the zygote, and this zygote is divides mitotically to produce the different types of cells in the body. The study of animal development has been traditionally called embryology, from the phase of an organism that exists between the fertilization and birth. Development, however, does not stop at birth, but even at adulthood they will continue. Replacement of skin scale, generation of new blood cells, regeneration of severed parts, metamorphosis, these all are evidences including developmental biology. Developmental biology is the discipline biology that we have to study is the embryonic as well as other developmental process. Now come to the what kind of questions are developmental biologist is asking today, that is how cellular diversity and order within each generation is generated, and how does the fertilized egg give rise to an adult body, how continuity of life is maintained from one generation to the another generation, and how does the adult body produce at another body. Here there will be the many questions that will arise in developmental biology, that is questions of differentiation. What is differentiation? What is morphogenesis? How it is taken place in the developmental biology? What is the growth? What is reproduction? What is evolution? What is environmental integration? When these all are questions arise in the developmental biology, means when you have to study the detailed in developmental biology, then we will get the answer about all these questions. But we have to first we have to go the what are these questions means. First we come to the questions of differentiation. What is differentiation? Differentiation, it is the specialization of different cells to different functions. Differentiation, it is brings about a definite and specialized function for the various organs rudiments. How can fertilized egg generate so many different cell types? How can the same genetic information produce different types of cells? That is differentiation. What is morphogenesis? Morphogenesis, that is the structure. Morphogenesis is the different cells that are randomly distributed, organized into integrate tissues and organs. Cell divide and cell can be migrate, cell can be die, and cell can be separate. How the organs are formed and arranged in the order way, and order form its morphogenesis. How can the cells from order to the structures? That is the questions of morphogenesis. The question cell will growth, cell will dividing, and cell where the cell will be no that they will be stop dividing. Here the arms are just the right size, both arms are generally the same size on both sides. How these all are will happen in the developmental biology? How is cell division so tightly regulated? This is the questions of the growth. Now the questions of the reproduction. Gametes are specialized cells that can transmit the instruction for making an organism from one generation to the another. How are these cells are apart, and what are the instruction in the nucleus and cytoplasm that allow the functions? This why, that is the reproduction. The question of evolution. How the inherited changes in the development, how do these changes in the development create a new body forms? Which heritable changes are possible? How there is a necessity organisms to survive as it is develops? These are the questions arise in the evolution. The questions of environmental integration. Development, it is influenced by the cues from the environment that surrounds the embryo or larva. How is the development of an organism integrated into the larger context of its habitat, and what properties enable certain chemicals to alter development? This is about the questions of environmental integration. These all are the questions that is biologist is asking in the developmental biology. But when we have to study detailed in the developmental biology, when we get the all these questions answers. Now come to the difference between embryology and developmental biology. What is embryology? Embryology, already I have told, that is study of formation and development of the embryo or fetus. That is embryology. It is the developing stages of embryo. Embryology, it is ancient word, that is older time they have to use the word biologist, that is embryology, and it is the recent word. Now today we have to use the word that is developmental biology. It is both words embryology and developmental both are synonymous, and embryology it restricted to the embryo only, but here in the developmental biology it is overall development of embryo. And here embryology, it is related to the cell differentiation in zygote embryo, but it is closely related to the genetics, cell biology, physiology, evolution and ecology. This is about the difference between embryology and developmental biology. Next we come to the historical review or historical thoughts about the embryology. Now come to the first. In the year 3000 to 1500 BC, that is Egyptian civilization, he cited speculation about the formation and growth of human embryo and gave prescription for the abortion and prevention of the pregnancy. Next come to the in the year 600 BC, means before Christ, the holy books of Hindus have distinguished three ways of origin of new individuals: from egg, from living beings and from the germ. Next come to the Susustra Samhita. It is an Indian medical book that was written during the 2nd or 3rd century AD. Describe the development of human child in the mother's womb. And Anaximander in the 600 BC, he was the first Western philosopher who considered that he said that is living creatures arose from the moist element as it was evaporated by the sun. In Empedocles in the 500 BC believed that the fetus arose partly from the male and partly from the female semen. He spoke of the heart as formed the first in development and the nail is the last. And Hippocrates in the 460 and 317 BC, he has observed that the development of hen's egg. Aristotle is the father of embryology and he was the first embryologist and he was the Greek philosopher in the year that is 384 to 322 BC, entitled means he wrote the book that is the De Generation Animalium, concerning the generation of animals. Here De Historia Animalium contains the first account of the development of the hen's eggs. And next come to the epigenesis. Epigenesis is actually a theory and this theory was proposed by that is the Wolff. That is, development always proceeds from a simple forms beginning to the complex organization of the adult. Also, he speculated, Wolff, that there was a kind of soul, that is non-material purposive principle which guided the development. That epigenesis theory we have to discuss in detail when while studying the development embryology theory. At that time, we have to discuss that epigenesis theory. Next, come to the Aristotle is established embryology is an independent biological science, thus regarded as the founder of the science of embryology, and no significant embryological studies was made during the medieval age. This long time is called dark age of science at that time. And William Harvey in the year 1578 to 1657, he wrote the book that is Excretion Degeneration Animalium, published in the 1651. It is based largely on the development of the chick, that is ex ova omnia. It is a Greek word that is meaning is that all animals arise from the eggs. And in the year 1667, steno scientists used the word ovary. And in the year 1672, that is another one scientist, the R.D. Graff, he discovered the follicles in the human ovary. From the time of D. Graff in the 1672, the word testis has been constructed to designate the male organ essential. It is testis is only essential for the reproduction. These all are historical thoughts about the embryology. Now come to the branches of embryology. What are the branches that are present in the embryology? Embryology has many sub branches. They are descriptive embryology, comparative embryology, experimental embryology and chemical embryology. Descriptive embryology is the term applied to the method of study concerned with the direct observation and description of embryological development. Embryology, it is an ancient word that started as a branch of study based on the direct observation and description by many scientists like Aristotle and Harvey. This is about the descriptive embryology. Comparative embryology, it is the embryological development of the different animals are studied and compared. Comparative embryology, that is understanding of the evolution and phylogenetic significance. It also gives some ideas on the developmental stages and certain animals in whose case study of the developments, that is difficult in the comparative embryology. Next come to the experimental embryology. Here there is experiments are used for studying the developmental stages. It helps to understand the fundamental mechanism. In experimental embryology, the various parts of the developing embryo that will be transplanted, parts of exchanged or environmental conditions transplanted and embryo will be removed. These all are helps to understand the experimental embryology. And this experimental embryology we also call as analytical embryology. Now come to the chemical embryology. Here the studied about the biochemical, biophysical and physiological techniques that comes under chemical embryology. And this embryology we also call as physiological or biochemical embryology. These all are the branches of embryology. Now come to the stages of development. In these stages there are these stages are comes, that is fertilization, cleavage and blastula stage, gastrulation, organogenesis, birth, metamorphosis and gametogenesis. Now let us discuss about one by one. Fertilization. Before the fertilization, the first stage is comes to gametogenesis, that is the development of any organism start with the formation of gametes. That is the formation of gametes is termed as gametogenesis. Gametogenesis, it actually includes the two processes, that is spermatogenesis and oogenesis. Spermatogenesis, it gives rise to the formation of the male gamete, that is spermatozoa, and oogenesis is give rise to the formation of female gamete, that is the egg. These gametes are produced by the meiotic division and hence they contain only haploid number of chromosomes. After the gametogenesis, they come to the next stage, that is the fertilization. This fertilization is involves the fusion of mature sex cells, sperm and egg, which are collectively called the gametes. Now come to the, after the fertilization is followed by the cleavage. It is the segmentation of the zygote. It produces thousands of cells called, that is the blastomers. These are building blocks for the construction of the body of the multicellular organism. Cleavage ends in the formation of an embryonic stage called blastula. Generally the blastula is a hollow spherical embryo with a cavity called blastocele, but some animals they develop a morula before the blastula. Here the diagram you have to see the zygote. It is a single celled zygote is undergo the division, that is cleavage, where there is 2 4 celled, 8 cell, 16 cell, 32 cell stage. Like this the cell will be dividing. After the dividing, the next stage we call as blastula cell, where there is the blastocele cavity will be developed, and next the blastocele, the next stage we call the gastrulation. This gastrulation stage, it is the dynamic stage, because here there is the blastula is having the single layer stage, where there is gastrula is 3-layered gastrula. These layers we call as germinal layers. These 3 germinal layers are ectoderm, endoderm and mesoderm, and the gastrula is more or less oval in shape with the cavity called archenteron. They are present in inside, and the archenteron communicate to the exterior by an opening called blastopore, and the archenteron is develops into the, that is gut, and the blastophore is develops into the mouth. But this blastophore develops into the mouth in invertebrates, that is except in the phylum, that is Echinodermata, and the anus in chordates and echinoderms. These all are the stages of the developmental biology. Gastrulation, already we have to discuss about what is gastrulation. It is the mitotic divisions where the blastomers undergo dramatic movements and change their position relative to one another. The series extensive cell arrangement is called gastrulation, and the embryo is said to be in gastrula stage. As a result, the gastrulation, the embryo contains 3 germ layers, that is ectoderm, endoderm and mesoderm, that will interact to generate the organs of the body. Means these ectoderm, endoderm, mesoderm, they give rise to the different organs. That is organogenesis. Gastrulation is followed by the organogenesis. Organogenesis is the development of the various organ system. The germinal layer split into the small cellular mass called primary organ rudiments. The primary organ rudiments that develop into the adult organs. Here the ectoderm develops into the central nervous system, sensory, skin, different organs they have to develop for ectoderm. Endoderm develops to the alimentary canal, some associated glands. The mesoderm is also develops into the skeletal system, muscles, urogenital system, etc. This is about the organogenesis. Next come to the metamorphosis. In some cases, the young ones emerging out of the egg may not be resemble the adult. Such young ones are called larvae. The larvae develop into the adult after undergoing radical changes. These changes converting the larva into the adult, that we call as metamorphosis. Means the process of transformation from an immature to form an adult form is called as metamorphosis. This in most animals the young organism is called larva, and it may look significantly different from the adult. In many species the larva stage is that lasts the longest and is used for the feeding or dispersal. In some species the adult is a brief stage whose sole purpose is to reproduce. Next come to the differentiation. Differentiation, it is the specialization of different cells to do different functions. Differentiation brings about a definite and specialized function for the various organs. Here we have to see that is ectoderm, mesoderm, endoderm and germ cells. Ectoderm, they have to give rise to the central nervous system, skin, epidermis, and mesoderm, they have to give rise to the skeletal system, muscles, urogenital system. And whereas endoderm is give rise to the alimentary canal and some associated glands, and germ cells, they give rise to the male and female gametes, that is sperm and egg. That is differentiation. Now come to last, that is aim and scope of embryology. The embryology is helps to understand the other branches of biology like genetics, cytology, physiology and evolution. It also helps to understand the phylogenetic relationship between the different groups of animals. In a medical field, embryology helps to understand the origin of some certain diseases. It provides adequate facilities for birth controls. Embryology also helps to produce the test tube babies. And with the help of cloning, that is techniques in the developmental biology, a large number of individuals with identical genotypes can be produced. This is about the scope of embryology. Here the diagram is that, see here, the first one is plant. The plant development is there here, and the second is diagram is that it is insect development is there, and last is human being development is there. These all are the diagram. In next class we have to discuss about the, that is developmental biology theories. Thank you.